Record. Technorama episode 445, Larger Than They Appear.
Good morning, folks. This is your captain speaking.
Technorama.
Remember when?
Technorama.
On this day in tech history.
Tech.
And now, the news.
Tech.
What the chuck?
Technorama.
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped.
Over there, in the media corner.
Technorama.
Hold my beer and watch this.
Unfasten your seatbelts and disregard all safety rules. Here are your flight crew, Chuck and Craig.
You sounded like one of those finish this sentence things.
I know. I watched this video on Facebook. You know, it's one of those somebody posted. Let me see if I can say it right. It said there were 30 cows in the field.
Oh, Donna saw this one too.
Yeah, 28 chickens. How many
didn't? Right. She told me that yesterday. I'm like, what? Oh.
Yeah. Took me a little bit, and I was like, okay, I got it.
It's all in how you read it and how you say it. Hey,
yes.
Welcome to Technorama. This is the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. If this is your first time listening to Technorama, thank you for joining us. This is the alchemy of podcasting, because we're trying to turn this lead show into gold, and it just doesn't ever seem to work.
Sounds like metallurgy.
We appreciate... Well, originally I was going to say apothecary, but I thought alchemy worked better. We appreciate you giving us your time. Hey, yes?
By the way, does this count as our Dog Days of Podcasting podcast?
Well, for you and me both, we could always skip right through this and repost it. It kind of violates the 5-minute, 10-minute thing we're all trying to adhere to. We'll get to that in just a moment. I am Chuck Tomasi, in case you haven't heard my voice before. And with me is, of course, Craig Stepp. How are you, Craig?
I'm good and tired and exhausted, but I'm making it. I'm here. I'm soldiering through it for Technorama.
When you said making it, I was thrown back to that 70s show that was kind of a spin-off rip-off of Saturday Night Fever.
What's happening, maybe?
No.
Saturday Night.
No, go look on YouTube for making it. It was sad that I even remember that. Let's go. Oh, let's just purge that and move on. Coming up in this episode, we have a Fisher-Price Bluetooth speaker, something that intrigues me. Let's all go to the opera.
Yeah, no.
Wait for it. And Buzz Aldrin had to fill out a form for what?
Hello, friends and neighbors. I'm your little podcast buddy, Dave Slusher. The Evil Genius Chronicles is the longest-running podcast on the internet, starting in August 2004 and continuing to this very day. It's a discussion of technology, culture, philosophy, comedy. Conversations may range from politics to comic books, from games to literature, but no matter where it leads, it's a lot of fun. There'll be songs, some interviews now and then. It's a weekly dose of audio joy, except during the dog days of podcasting, when it is a daily dose of audio joy. That's a good 80 episodes a year, and you can join the frivolity at evilgeniuschronicles.org. See you there. Excelsior!
This is Steve Wozniak. You're listening to Chuck and Craig on Technorama.
You know, I don't think I've ever listened that closely to Dave's music by the Gentle Readers that I heard that in the background. Craig, are you still there?
I am now.
Were you on mute?
I was on mute.
Oh, you're that WebEx guy.
I'm that guy. I get nostalgic every time I hear that music.
It's like the oldest podcast song on the internet.
Pretty much. Yeah, well, you know, I used to listen to Dave Hot and Heavy back in the day, and it's like whenever I hear that music, I'm ready for his voice to pop up. And I remember I was somewhere and I heard somebody playing that song, and I got, I was like, I'm ready for Dave to start saying, this show's not work safe, not work.
I expected him to start saying that like on our team conference calls.
Yeah.
Since all three of us work for the same company, we'd be on a conference call and you hear, this call is not work safe or kids safe. And like, whoa, Dave.
Yeah.
He knows how to separate the professionalism from the personal.
It is funny when we're on a call and he starts talking and I'm like, I'm used to his voice, but it's just not in that context.
And when you're riding in the car with him and you can carry on that conversation and go both ways, it's even more fun. Anyway, Let's get some of that feedback because I messed up a little bit last week. Let's mess up some more and sing. Letters.
Got letters.
Every single day. Boom, 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 boom.
Publishers Clearinghouse.
I win! A giant check!
Hey, I got a rock.
Ed McMahon, you did the rock thing before already.
It's still funny.
We asked a couple of weeks ago if you could hack a digital road sign, what would it say? And I apologize for the delay. I did not get the responses into last week's show, which is kind of good because we still got one more this week. It's never too late to respond to our wonderful emails, voicemails, Twitter comments. You throw them at us, even if we recorded this in August and you respond back in December. We want to hear your thoughts because I know people like Jack Jaffe.
Or vice versa. You reply to us in July and we get to you in December.
Now, that's a better idea. Respond to the question before we ask it. Hey, Chuck and Craig, this is Chuck from Technorama. The answer is blurry. It's just like shaking a magic 8-ball.
Yeah. Reply hazy, try again.
All right. We asked about the digital road sign. Listener John writes, cookies need love too. I would like to see that on a road sign. That'd be awesome. Listener Fred says, take shelter now. Ooh, that's foreboding.
Yeah, that might cause a little panic.
My response on Facebook anyway was, your mother can hear you. You see how people talk and swear and stuff in the car? Oh, for sake.
Yeah, right.
That just cut me off. Right?
You sound a little like Fred Flintstone trying to...
Oh, we'll do Tasmanian Devil later.
Yeah.
Justin says, stop. No, go. Whatever. Do what you want. I'm just a sign, not your boss.
That's a little long for that.
Maybe it could scroll. I don't know. I have seen... Now, we didn't really specify. We kind of lean towards, the Twitter thing with 3 rows and 10 characters. And they can rotate between 2 or 3 messages, so maybe that'll fit. But there's also the kind that are like on an overpass or mounted on a higher sign for the Amber Alerts and things. I know they have a lot of those around here. So you can get more characters if he wants. Sure. It's his sign.
Yeah.
Listener Daniel, I like this one, so I saved it for the last. This is at the beginning of a road construction zone. It would say, abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
Well, I had 2 suggestions. Either 404 or you shall not pass.
Ooh, I like that.
There you go. There's my 2.
You shall not pass. You shall not. That would fit.
Right. Hey, don't forget your other question you got above.
Well, no, that should go in a construction zone too, because you shall not pass in a construction zone.
Yeah.
Get it? See what I did there?
See? Yeah.
Or was that your intent?
Yeah, that was my intent.
We have to help the listener sometimes.
I even put it won't even be an 8-bit image of Gandalf up there if I have to.
Now is the time to applaud because we made something funny.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
I also wrote last week's show, 444, was, what's your favorite superhero and why? Surprisingly, we did not get a whole lot of responses to this, but like I said, hey, respond back anytime you want.
We'll be talking about this till December.
We got a voicemail from Crazy Joe.
Hi, this is Crazy Joe, and I'm chiming in with my opinion on my favorite superhero.
Go for it.
Mine is one that is not one of the most popular ones, but he's got quite a following. Booster Gold. I love Booster Gold. If you're not familiar with Booster Gold, he really was at his peak in the late 80s when he was a member of the Justice League. And he was kind of the prankster, jokester of the Justice League. And he's a time traveler from the future who came back in time using future technology as, superpowers. He stole things from a superpower museum, and he came back and used his knowledge of the future to make himself a superhero and to do product endorsements, and
that's right.
He kind of embraced the celebrity aspect of being a superhero, and he's been a lot of fun over the years. They've done some fun things with him. One thing I really enjoyed is he made one appearance on Smallville, and embracing the idea that he does product endorsements and is always looking for a buck. They had patches all over his costume of all the various companies.
Like a NASCAR driver.
That was something Smallville came up with. That's not in the comics, but I thought it was pretty funny and very in character. So I don't want to drone on too long, but that's my favorite character, Booster Gold. He's just always a lot of fun, and I look forward to the day he makes his big screen debut.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Star Trek Next Generation did a story something like that, too, with the actor who played Max Headroom. Can't remember the actor's name offhand, -1 geek points for me. But he also played the Australian guy in Eureka. You know who I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Anyway, he was jumping between time, and he had various gadgets, but he wasn't from the future. He was from the past and taking some of the Star Trek stuff back to the past, which could seriously screw up the timeline, and who knows what's all about that. So I thought it was a similar story. I wonder if they got that from Booster Gold. Thank you for that.
It was Matt Frewer, man.
I can't remember his name. I just remember it as what's his name?
What's this to see?
Getting old sucks.
Well, who was your favorite superhero? Do you have one?
I have to think long and hard on that one because there are so many to choose from, and it is such a rich universe, whether you're talking DC or Marvel. And I mentioned on Freestyle that I really didn't get into comics because of financial situation when I was younger, but as I enjoy exploring that as an adult as they bring more of this to the theaters, and because I can't claim to know first thing about Deadpool, but I eagerly await that debut. I didn't know much about Daredevil because I didn't see that atrocity a few years ago, but I love what's on Netflix. So I'm like a kid right now. I'm just getting exposed to it as we go, and it's so much fun. So there's a lot.
I don't think I really gave my answer to this, so
I'll
take this opportunity. Growing up, I didn't really know much about, like you said, Deadpool so much. I'm familiar with him enough to realize who he is, but I really don't know. I am looking for that movie because I thought the trailer looked great. My favorite is probably like this, I don't know, as cliche as it sounds, Superman and Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man because he's like a normal kid, that got bitten and was given powers. Superman, of course, was given incredible powers and could do just about anything. That in itself, I just thought that was kind of cool. But then I like Spider-Man because, he's given these powers and he's trying to do something good with them. And otherwise, he'd have just been a normal person, which is the other reason I like Batman, too, because he's a self-made superhero using his own wits and resources to make himself a superhero.
Craig, the right answer for any red-blooded American heterosexual male is Wonder Woman. You fail.
Wonder Woman.
All right, one more response to that. My sister responded, DKS, U.S. Army hero, enough said. Now, that is like one of her former boyfriends, and they have a very good friendship, and I know who she's talking about. So, yeah, she's got a good point. The real-life heroes are those who serve in the military. Thank you very much.
I heartily agree.
Not that we're trying to get sappy on that. So thank you for your responses. If you want to get in touch with us, 206-222-2428, like Crazy Joe did, or send us technorama@chuckchat.com email.
Like Crazy Joe!
Let's do the history thing. I feel like we're falling behind here.
Oh, hurry up.
We got to get the marching band to go faster. On this day in history for August 12th, 2015, this will be fun because there's nobody in the audience to share with us. So it's just you and me, Craig. We could end up with anything. This is August 12th, the 224th day of the year. In the Gregorian calendar, there are 141 days remaining in 2015. It was on this date in 30 BC that Cleopatra 7th, or VII, Philopator, the last ruler of the Egyptian Ptolemaic dynasty, commits suicide allegedly by means of an asp bite. Not a donkey. A snake.
Yeah, not an asp. Also today in 1851, Isaac Singer is granted a patent for sewing machine. Or his sewing machine.
Well, that's okay. The Vikings beat him to it. Oh!
Hey, who said guys can't sew?
So, reap what you sow. Asaph Hall discovers the Mars moon Deimos. I never did learn how to say that. Is it Deimos, Deimos, Deimos?
Deimos.
Okay, whatever.
Deimos.
On this date, and me with my interest in astronomy. On this date in 1877.
And 55 years ago today, Echo 1A, NASA's first assembled communication satellite, is launched.
What happened to preparations A through G? The first free flight of the Space Shuttle Enterprise was on this date in 1977. I remember that. I did a report in school, and I had to hand draw the Space Shuttle like 12 times.
Oh, yeah. And it was 34 years ago today that the IBM personal computer is released.
It's IBM PC Day, August 12th. Mark your geek calendars, or you can subscribe to the Technorama geek calendar. We have all kinds of weird, trivial pieces like that on there, too. Go to the website, find out more. That same date in 1990, Sue, the world's largest and most complete Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton found to date, is discovered by Sue Hendrickson in South Dakota. Wow, that's self-gratitude for you right there.
That's right.
I'm naming a dinosaur after me. Yeah.
15 years ago today, the Oscar-class submarine K-141 Kursk of the Russian Navy explodes and sinks in the Barents Sea during a military exercise.
I remember that. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
Isn't that the radioactive one?
And I thought they found it, but they're not going to haul it up. Yeah, because it's radioactive. Happy birthday goes on in this day to businessman and philanthropist Diamond Jim Brady, born in this date in 1856.
Director, producer Cecil B. DeMille was born today on August 12th, 1881.
Love how I said that. Cecil B. DeMille. You got to watch more old movies, dude. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Born today in 1887, the man who could never find his cat, Austrian physicist and academic Erwin Schrödinger.
Never could find it. It might be dead, might be alive. We don't know. Also born today in 1910, actress, singer Jane Wyatt.
Astrophysicist Margaret Burbage turns 96 today. Good for her.
And computer scientist Dorothy E. Denning is 70.
And finally, I think that's supposed to be Scottish. Put in an S there for me. No, not there. There. Scottish English singer, songwriter, guitarist, and producer for Dire Straits, Mark Knopfler, is 66.
I love Mark Knopfler.
I love editing on the fly. And that's the way it was on this date in history for August 12th, 2015. You want to talk about timely things or just weird coinkydinks?
What?
Last night I just opted to decide to start watching the movie Selma. I haven't finished it yet, so don't spoil it for me.
I haven't seen it.
It's it's about Martin Luther King and the March from Selma.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes, I understand it. No, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
But yes,
Martin Luther King Jr., I should say, to be proper. Right. And I'm flipping through, what was it, CBS or ABC on Apple TV, and they've got all these things about what happened on this day in history. It was August 6th, 1965. President Johnson signed the Equality Voter, whatever it was, the Voting Right Act of 1965, granting blacks the right to vote.
Okay.
He spoiled the movie for me.
Spoiler alert.
It was 50 years ago. I think I should know what happened. But
that's funny. Hey, they set up that spoiler way before you were even born.
No, I was alive.
Oh,
maybe. I wasn't very old, but I was alive.
Just go with it.
Yeah, okay. Oops. Farnsworth just walked into the room.
Good news, everyone.
There. Had the wrong faders up.
A appropriate door sounding or door opener.
Yes, it is. Well, kind of. If this was a Star Trek thing. Star Trek Uhura will join a NASA mission. No, it's not in space. Making geek dreams come true, Star Trek's original Lieutenant Uhura, Nichelle Nichols, announced a few days ago, well, now a few more days ago, since the time you hear this, that she will be going on a mission for NASA. But don't get your hopes up for Nichelle getting into space. She's actually flying in the agency's airborne observatory, Sophia, which stands for Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy. That's the name of my car. The one I bought from Sheila and Evo.
What?
Oh, honest to goodness. There's a tag inside that says this car's named Sophia. Anyway, this astronomy thing studies... That's not what it says. I'm just picking up the sentence. This astronomy thing studies things that, like the birth and death of stars, black holes in galactic centers, and how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Absolutely. We all want to know.
Due to its unique observation location, it can detect things far out of reach of the ground-based telescopes. Nichols says she'll be flying on September 15th, and she might even be able to share her experience live on her celebrity philanthropy site, Star Power. Isn't that what Neil deGrasse Tyson has? Or that name sounds familiar.
He has a show called Star Talk.
Star Talk on National Geographic Channel. I watch that every once in a while.
I subscribe to the podcast.
Oh, cool. This isn't her first time of a NASA mission, however. She also flew on the first-generation Kuiper Airborne Observatory back in the 70s. Sophia is an upgraded mission, which uses a customized Boeing 747 and 6 instruments for capturing the cosmos, including cameras, a photometer, and spectrometers. Those are all available in the cosmos for capturing.
Should they actually fly that at night? For some of the, spectrometer, maybe not. I don't know because
you think
they're trying to capture images. I'm sure they would go up that high to get out of the light pollution.
Yeah, and I was thinking the same thing. If you're here on the Earth and you put a clock drive on your telescope to track a star or a planet or something, that's got to be a little bit different algorithm if your plane is moving too.
Because it says it uses cameras, a photometer, and spectrometers. The last two maybe not, but the cameras, I would imagine that the night would be, desirable. I don't know. Who knows? What do I know?
We're going to find out. All right, let's all go to the opera.
I don't work for NASA for a reason.
It's not rocket surgery.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, do you want to read the next story?
Yes, as soon as I pull up the link. There we go. Hey, I've got to admit, I'm having Steve Jobs overload.
Are you? How come?
Well, I mean, ever since he's passed away, it seems like I've heard more about him. Everybody tripping over themselves trying to make a movie over him. But here, let me continue on, and you can be the judge. So since Steve Jobs' 2011 death, there's been a glut of movies. See? Books, documentaries, and parodies about
we did one. Yeah, that's right. We did before he died. We did a parody.
Yeah, we did. So if you've been longing for more highbrow interpretation of the story of a successful entrepreneur who loved orange foods,
he really did love orange foods.
Steve Jobs is the focus of an upcoming opera. So, Santa Fe Opera is putting on an opera called The Revolution of Steve Jobs, capital R, Evolution, by composer Mason Bates and librettist.
You're an opera aficionado, aren't you?
Yeah, I've heard of him. So, Mark Campbell in 2017. According to Los Angeles Times, it will get into Jobs' personal drama as well as his turbulent career at Apple. So the piece will explore Jobs' complicated professional and personal lives. It will include characters based on Jobs' father, Paul, and his wife, Laureen Powell Jobs. The opera will also delve into the touchy area of his relationship with a woman whose child he initially disavowed.
I wanted to see what they're going to do when they get to the part about John Scully. All I can picture is Mozart's Don Giovanni, more like John Scully. Sorry.
Do you want to sell sugar water? No, that's not my child. I don't know. I'm serious.
iPhone.
I have some respect for Steve Jobs, really. I think he's done a lot for the industry or for people. The kind of things that come out. But really, we got another movie coming out and an opera, and I don't know. It just seems like I've had enough.
Someone's getting rich.
Everybody's trying to cash in.
You bet. Speaking of cashing in, let's look at the birthday calendar.
I cow cash.
I cash cow.
Hey, yeah, that's what I meant. By the way,
is that a new type of currency? Is like that Bitcoin? There's iCow cash.
You can only use it at Chick-fil-A.
Where? Wow, you are off the rails now, buddy.
Hey, by the way, I don't remember if we talked about this, but something that blew me away was, and something to do with the Nichelle Nichols thing. I meant to mention it earlier. You know, Brian May of Queen is actually on the New Horizons project.
Yes.
That blew my mind.
That was awesome. And we're working on lining up an interview with him, both for his musical and his astrophysicist talents.
Yes. That'd be awesome.
That's in the works. Expect that later this year because Queen is on tour, apparently. We're going on tour shortly, and we'll be until October. So I'm going to keep following up with that. You know me. Once I latch on to that bone of interviewing, I'll...
The only reason we got Steve Wozniak is because he got tired of running from you.
and right, Robert Ballard couldn't get the restraining order in time.
Only after the interview.
Listener birthday calendar. We have several this week. August 13th, Christine Fiore from Megapodzilla. Woohoo! Link in the show notes. Clyde Jevons. You know, I should probably have done the desk bell thing. Where'd it go anyway? Did I lose my desk bell? Oh, I don't see. I have the rim shot. I have the guitar. I have send your comments. Oh, apparently I don't. I'll have to find it again. Sorry. Clive Jevons from Bonenheim, Germany. Bomenheim. That's
Here,
it.
Let me spell it for you right there.
Bomenheim, Germany. Well, there's no Y on Germany. I think we need to fix that. Kevin, Susie the Geek's son and geek in training. He's probably got to be about 25 now. But
yeah.
Probably see him at Dragon Con.
He's going to drive himself there. Hey, what's up?
Hi, guys. Remember when I was 8?
Yeah. Remember that ID I did for you? Let's update that sucker.
Also on the 17th is Melissa Bartell, the Bathtub Mermaid, one of our participants in the Dog Days of Podcasting. We'll roll a promo for that later. And the very next day, another participant in the Dog Days of Podcasting, Nutty Nuchas from Nutty Bites on the 18th.
Yes.
Happy birthday to all of them. And to you, if your birthday falls between the Chiclets and the Erasers. Sorry, that was a reference to the jerk. It's between the 12th and the 18th.
I was like, why does that sound familiar?
Someone's catching this. We're mistying our own show at this point. That's right. All we're doing is throwing comments in there. If your birthday is there, happy birthday to you. If you want to get called out at the appropriate time of year, go over to chuckchat.com/wiki and put your name out there. It's free. It's fun. It's something to do.
Oh, and we will call you out.
Oh, heck yeah. Let us, I kind of messed with that ID. Let us break. And we will be back with Hacks and Strange Stories. We'll be back with the Remember When and the Media Corner. More fun and excitement. You cannot stand it.
The Dog Days of Podcasting is an annual challenge for podcasters and listeners alike. In the month of August, the Dog Days of Summer, a group of intrepid creators gather to produce a show a day for a full month plus. It's the loosest rules of any challenge you'll ever find, so join anytime if you'd like to be a part of the challenge. If you'd like to listen to all the shows, you can find the list of participants as well as the master feed at dogdaysofpodcasting.com. There are dozens of podcasters participating this year. The only thing that would make it more fun is you. So come along to dogdaysofpodcasting.com and cool off with some chill podcasts.
Hi there, this is Tom Smith, the world's fastest filker. And now, back to Chuck and Craig.
I like that. The loosest rules of any challenge.
I know. I even said something about it on Facebook. I was like, what?
I almost want to exercise. If only going to the gym were that easy.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to mention, Dave, there's a whole page on the website that has all the rules.
Official rules. Yeah.
Guess I forgot to send those over.
And costs.
Yes.
You thought this was free. No. We're making money. Right. Just out there to have fun. I'm doing it. Craig's doing it. Dave's doing it. Melissa and Nutty are doing this. We've got a lot of regulars, if you've listened in the past. A lot of fun. We've also got some new faces on board, which are or new voices. We haven't seen their face yet, which may or may not be a good thing.
And we'll just leave it like it is.
Speaking of faces, hacks and strange stories. Lenny will be making an appearance at Dragon Con, by the way.
Oh
yeah. But
the last time we took him to a convention, we tried to
we left him. No, we told him it was the week after.
That's right.
He will be swashbuckling, shall we say, with Arnie Crunch Bar from Bells in the Bat-Free. Bats in the Belfry. No, Bells in the Bat-Free. I had it right the first time. Wow, getting old sucks. All right. We have a Hacks and Strange story that some genius turned a Fisher-Price cassette player into a Bluetooth speaker. That old brown and tan thing from your youth, if you remember these. If you still own a Fisher-Price cassette player, it's probably buried deep in some 80s nostalgia-filled corner of your closet, but where most of us see a beloved electronic fossil, Matt Gruskin saw a retro-styled Bluetooth speaker. Turning his Fisher-Price cassette player into a Bluetooth-enabled device took a clever combination of electronic and mechanical hacks. Even a little custom 3D printing, Hackaday explains. Matt selected an off-the-shelf Bluetooth module. There is no Bluetooth off-the-shelf Fisher-Price Bluetooth model. Bluetooth module and another ready-to-go audio amplifier board. He built a custom board to convert the stereo output to mono, because there's only that one 2-3-inch speaker in there, and hold the rotary encoder he used for the volume control. An Arduino, what else, reads the encoder and also provided 3.3 volts to some of the other electronics. All right, I'm not going to go into this, but there's a great video, lots of cool stuff. This is one of those projects that never ceases to make us happy. Thank you
I like this kind of thing.
Very much, Matt, for that fun. There is a link, if you click through the show notes, to a video where he actually plays a song from his phone to his little portable cassette. And the fact that it runs is just amazing.
I like this kind of stuff where they take something like this. I have an old jam box. I'm trying to. Oh, there it is, right there.
Wait,
I was going to say.
When you say old jam box, you're talking about maybe 5 years old.
Huh? No.
Those things aren't that old.
What? I got this thing like in 1984.
Bluetooth hasn't been around since 1994.
No, I know. What I'm saying is, I have this old jam box, and I thought about rigging it up because the speakers still work. Rigging it up with a Bluetooth or even using a Chromecast, and you'd be able to throw some music at it.
Are you talking about a boombox?
Yes.
You said jam box. That's a different thing.
Hey, I don't know what you call it up in the Midwest, but here in the South.
Jambox is already a product that is a Bluetooth speaker. I'm going, what are you trying to build here, dude? Doesn't sound very difficult.
I carried it on my shoulder in the 80s.
That's a boombox or a ghetto blaster. Come on, they even had one in James Bond.
Yeah. Well, this is one. It's a dual cassette. Anyway, I thought about putting a Bluetooth adapter in it, or like I said, a Chromecast or something like that, because you can still use the speakers.
Sure.
I think the tape deck is SOL.
Did it have the dual dubbing tape deck so you could copy one tape to another?
Yes, and if I'm not mistaken, you can do it at double speed.
Ooh, to improve the quality.
It did not improve the quality, no. It was a neat feature.
All right, it's that time of the show where we give a shout out to the chat room. OMG, we still need your help funding the software upgrade. Please go click on one of the PayPal buttons or go to the show notes and click through where it says shout out to the chat room. We want to hear from you. And your support is greatly appreciated so we can get the software upgraded, get back to our live stream, and with any luck, get Craig live streaming with us as just another remote camera. That would be fun. Hopefully there won't be any latency
just what everybody
problems.
wants.
And I've also got some other ideas, like when we're doing the news stories, we could do the picture-in-picture. So like over the shoulder, we can still keep talking, and the picture of the airplane or telescope or Legoland will be there with us. So that's what I'm working on.
Oh, they do. The new software does that?
We need your help. I'm going to find out. There's a way to put both on the screen, but I haven't done Anyway, with the version I've got, it's like top half, bottom half, or right half, left half. It's not in the same frame, but we're getting there.
Maybe you can just hack it and have Donna hold a picture up of the whatever it is behind your.
Yeah, I'll go every week. We'll go to FedEx office and get some cardboard things and have somebody hold it out there. Yeah,
it'll fall down in a frame where it's tied on a couple of strings,
and then I'll just
kind of dangle there.
It's like a political sign marching in the background. No more nukes. No more nukes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. We want to give a shout out to you on the chat room when we get the chat room back up and running. But until then, where's our Remember When music? There we go. Looking into the Remember When, we have... Oh, NASA has a form for everything. Surprise, surprise, being a government agency. And Buzz Aldrin had to fill a form out, yes, to go to the moon. It's tough to see, but there are line items on this.
I can see it now. Wait, who's on that rocket? Get the form out.
Right. Did your boss approve this travel? Well, it made me laugh because just this week, I was asking for approval to take a business trip to our mothership in San Diego. And my boss kind of spaced out, no pun intended on this one, but he said, "What's this for?" I said, "Well, you told me I have to go for the quarterly business review, and it happens to be next week." "Oh, well, how long are you going? How much is it going to cost? Who's going with you?" Wait.
Going to the moon.
So he said, "Can you just send me a quick thing of 5 bullet items, the standard stuff? What's it for? How long are you going?" Because he needs to propose that to his boss, too. There's a travel budget. Well, the fact that I had to go through these hoops and circles made me think maybe we need a form until I started reading this story.
Hey, you should actually print this out or, fill in the blanks with your information.
Yes, and make sure I have these same 2 line items that say, this is great. There's nothing unusual on the form until you get to the 2 lines that read, Cape Kennedy, Florida, to moon. Vehicle being used, government spacecraft. A few days later, moon to Cape Kennedy, Florida, government spacecraft.
Right.
The form,
Pacific Ocean.
The form also notes that, quote, government meals and quarters were furnished for all of the above dates. You got to say where your room and board comes from.
That's funny. So, yeah, it says Cape Kennedy, moon, Pacific Ocean, Hawaii.
So, I don't think I should approve this. Sounds like you're going to Hawaii via alternate route. That sounds very
sir, we
expensive.
had all that training. I'm sorry, denied.
I think you should just go to Palm Springs for the weekend, Buzz.
Yeah. You know what's funny is this actually reminds me of something my dad gave me, and I can't put my hands on it at the moment, but it's in it's my bill for when I was born.
Oh, that's a nice thing to give you. What does he expect you to pay it back?
No, but no, it's all paid for. It's okay. But what the funny thing is, it was like around $200. That's it.
Where'd they have you, in the grocery store?
Sort of. No, it was like a hospital. We got hospitals here in the South.
I know that. For $200, nothing costs $200. How much does it cost to have Harrison?
That was the bill. Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah, and Julie had to stay in the neonatal for a while. That was...
I'm sorry. I should not say you have no idea, but yes, you have an idea, but it's like... It was like, what, 10 grand, 12 grand? I don't remember.
Well, adjusting for inflation, about 40 some odd years later, maybe that does make sense.
Yeah, but it was the bill from the doctor, and it was like 200, about around $200, maybe just slightly less. And it's just like, wow, the only way you do that is just to have, just drop it, like you said, in the grocery store.
And then run it through the checkout. Price check on aisle 5.
Like the Simpsons. Dun, 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 beep, beep.
Yeah, there you go. We have a Media Corner story. We got a few more stories.
Welcome to Blockhead Video.
Hey, where can I find some good information about music and TV and videos and things?
Over here in the Media Corner.
All right, Monty Python fans, get ready because the Holy Grail is turning 40 years old and they are bringing it back for a theatrical re-release.
Of course.
And everybody in there is going to be reciting lines. So if you are into that, go. If you're not,
Run away!
Run away!
Right.
So, will you be going?
They haven't announced U.S. dates yet, but if there is one around here in the Phoenix area, yes, I would invite all of the Technorama hosts to join me because I do want to go.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
I have had the script on my portable device since, I think my first Palm had the script.
Script?
Yeah. I keep the script just so I can...
You just read it every once in a while?
Yes.
Okay.
Craig, I've told you this story that I've quoted Tim... so brave knights, if you do doubt your courage or your strength... I've quoted that from... I was in a fancy restaurant in Scotland.
Fancy. I'm sorry, yes.
I've also quoted it in a very, let's say, rural bar in Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
And just about everywhere in between, because it's so fun.
Yes.
So that's probably one of my favorite things to quote. But there are many other subtle things that are in there that I just like hanging on the script. Anyway.
You know what? I can imagine this would be kind of like going to a Rocky Horror Picture Show showing.
Oh, definitely. I'm counting on it, and I've never been to one of those.
And I don't, they recite lines, they throw the bread and whatever at the right times.
Yep.
I don't know that they would have that kind of organization around this movie because I had been in a theater for so long.
Yeah,
but
now you got me thinking, what kinds of things can we bring to the theater for this movie?
You need to cosplay.
Can you bring a rabbit? Can you bring a chicken?
You need to have a rabbit attached to your neck. That's exactly what you need.
A shield with a big chicken on it.
And a holy hand grenade.
And a shrubbery. And a herring. Bring a herring.
Bring a bush. Yeah.
I dressed up as the shrubbery.
Yeah. Now you need a rabbit on your neck, and you need a holy hand grenade in the other hand.
No, you don't bring a hand grenade to a theater. Bad idea.
Well, it didn't even look like a hand grenade in the movie.
Bad idea. Don't do it, kids.
You can just need the whole time.
We have a gallery, and thank you to my lovely wife Donna for being a video engineer for our next segment. Craig, would you like to highlight some of these? These are tell the lovely viewer and or listener what you're going to get.
Yeah, I love Mark Hamill because he seems like he has that. I know he's a geek at heart, and he has that twisted sense of humor in some degrees, and so people have brought him cards over the time.
These are like
or
Star Wars
memorabilia.
trading cards and posters and things.
Yeah, and he will ruin them for you, I guess, if you like.
Yeah, describe a couple of these and then what he wrote on them.
Okay. All right. So, by the way, I've had some of these cards in the past. The green series. It's old Star Wars cards from the 70s, and he's got Luke surveying the damage to the Owen
homestead.
Owen homestead. And it says, "Darn it, I told Uncle Owen not to smoke in the house."
Luke Skywalker's home. Destroyed!
Yeah. And the next one is the blue one, which I loved, my blue card set. It says, Luke's got
He's got that shot.
He's got the space blanket over him.
Read the caption underneath, too.
Yeah, it says, "A horrified Luke sees his family killed." And what he wrote on there was, "Well, now I can go to Tasha Station whenever I want."
I kind of like the one with George Lucas, where it's sort of one of these behind-the-scenes shots. We'll do the Tauntaun one. He's sitting astride his Tauntaun in Empire, obviously, and he's saying, "You smell something, girl?" No, you smell something.
Oh, they don't smell only bad on the inside.
George Lucas directs his counterpart, Luke. Okay, so there's a picture of George Lucas, the young George Lucas when he was thinner and had dark hair. And Mark Hamill's response on the card says, "Yes, George, but just try acting to these scripts."
Here's another good one. Luke's walking down that little circular corridor as he's looking around for Vader in Empire.
Yeah.
And it says, it says "The Search for Vader" as the caption. And he wrote on there, "This Vader guy's a loser. I hope he doesn't have kids."
Moments before he finds out the truth.
Yeah.
And I like the last one myself, the big green card that he's standing next to that, what is it, the evaporator coil or moisture evaporator thing.
The The big thing that was stuck in the ground.
It says, searching for the missing droid as the caption. And he writes on there, world's largest bong for sale. Call Luke, 555-WEED.
It is pretty funny.
One more? Okay.
Sure.
Donna's giving us the finger. No, I mean a different finger.
What?
One more. Go for it. Read the yellow one.
The yellow one. Okay. So Luke is standing beside his speeder in a pose, and it says, Luke on Tatooine. And it says, I said this land speeder could be grease lightning, punk.
Go grease lightning, burning up the quarter mile. Grease lightning,
go grease lightning.
Oh, we've had another grease reference. Oh. Back to therapy. I can't take it anymore. This show has done me in. That means it's almost time to wrap up. Couple of comments. Our question this week is, what was the first piece of tech you saved up to buy?
I know.
You want to do now or you want to wait?
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell you now.
Go for it.
I wanted one of those credit card size calculators so bad that I spent the $19 to get it when I was a kid.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, the flat, small ones.
It was either that, not really a tech, I guess, on this side, but I won some money from it was a magazine to detect the differences between two pictures, which was Buck Rogers on both sides, and you had to kind of pick what was different between pictures. I got money for it, and I went and bought a snow speeder. So that's not really tech. It's kind of, but the credit card calculator was
$19. You were out of my price range, but maybe it was just a difference of time. Do you remember when that was?
Yeah, it was probably, I'm going to say it had to have been around 79, maybe 78, something like that.
Was it LED or LCD?
It was when we lived in Texas, and we moved back here in 81, so it had to have been like way before. It was I remember going to a Target, and it was in Target on display, and I went, oh my God, I have to have that.
Isn't that funny how you saw something and it became a goal to save up for that, and you did whatever it takes because in your mind you already had it. I mean that was what you existed for that short time.
I know.
I did the same thing.
Which is weird because I already had a calculator at home. But it was this.
Wow.
I could put it in my pocket. This is I can put it in my pocket.
Instead of a wagon? What kind of calculator did you have before that?
Probably one my mom used in school. It was like a large, very technical calculator.
The adding machine that had 10 rows of 10 buttons and the big handle. Yeah. Like a slot machine.
Which, another story. I ended up taking that thing apart, trying to make it do stuff. But
whoops. Yeah. Another story for another time. Mine was a Timex watch. It was $12 at the college bookstore. My dad used to work there. I don't think he got a discount on that item particularly, but I would work at his store for a couple of hours and get a quarter. Now, granted, I was only about 10 years old at the time, but I wanted a watch. I wonder if I could find a Pebble watch face that emulates that old thing.
You should go sue him for child labor.
You can't when it's in the family.
It's a back money on that.
You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family.
Pick your friend.
It took me about 6 months, and I finally remember had enough quarters. I think I was close. I think I had like 10 and change, and my dad just must have got tired of me talking about it or something. He kicked in the extra $1.50.
Oh, Dad, I get a raise?
Hey, before a quarter, we started on what we called the candy bar payroll. We didn't even get money. We just got rewarded with food.
Well, one thing I did do with that calculator, I was able to turn it upside down and spell boobs.
And Shell oil and all those other fun things you do.
$19 well spent.
If you want to, we want to hear your answer like we said before. $19 for boobs.
Call the listener line at 206-222-CHAT.
Or
send your comments to Technorama at chuckchat.com.
Hey, I could also spell hell on it, but that's a whole nother.
That was part of Shell oil. That's why he spelled it.
That's right.
Anywho, we are going to be at Dragon Con, September 4th, Hilton Room 203, 5:30 p.m. That's a Friday night. The second generation or second iteration of Technorama Comedy Forecast and Friends will be going there, as I mentioned.
The Technorama Forecast.
I have been crafting and scripting, and so is Clinton. And if the show is half as much fun as the planning sessions have been with you and Clinton and John Bell, we are in for insanity. This is going to be hysterical because
if we had no script, it would be insanity.
We're going to get there and we're going to read the script and no one's going to laugh and we'll go, well, it's funnier in planning, I guess.
Y'all been speaking words?
You had to be there.
Yeah.
That is the end of the show. Thank you very much, sir, for joining me once again.
Oh, me? Yes, thank you. I enjoyed it.
I'm looking around at the board going, did I mute him again?
No, I was thinking about the calculator again.
He's waxing.
Waxing philosophically about a pocket-sized calculator.
Pining for the calculator?
Yeah.
Anywho, get in touch with us, 206-222-2428. That's 206-222-CHAT. Same number it's always been. You could be like Crazy Joe and be on the show. Hey, that rhymes. Cool. I'm going to save that for later. Accidental Poetry. That's the new name of the cast.
Yeah.
Find us at chuckchat.com/Technorama. You'll see it. It's all there. Twitter and the Facebook and the Google+. But until next time, give me a binary high five.
101. Hey, I can put that on my calculator too.
That was a good closer. I might just take off the last little chuckle.